So, gentlemen, looking at markets, the market reports that you get every week, I mean the ones at the beginning of this month, I see comments like, what can be said about the VLCC market that hasn't been said before? Rates have somehow contrived to fall even more over the past week. And 2017 was not a great year for product carriers. According to the various industry benchmarks, 2018 is going to be worst. Another report says, another tough month for crude tankers, low period activity. And we still have a significant overhang of new tonnage due out from the shipyards. A lot of uncertainty globally. Yet at the same time, we've got Andy Case of Clarkson's coming out this week saying it's time to look at tankers again. DNB conference in Oslo last week on the VLCC market, they're saying we think it's time to buy again, and forecasting that rates will double in the next 2 years. So, time of contrasting opinions, is that always an opportunity for someone? And as we begin to get to the end of the first quarter, could I ask you, if you're an optimist or in the pessimist camp, what's going to be required to make the tanker industry profitable over the next 12 months, and which sectors offer the best hope? Let's have a view from Stena.
Right. I think I'm afraid that I have to take a rather negative view on our business for the next 1 or 2 years, maybe. What it takes, and I'm going to repeat this over and over again, is don't invest in tankers right now. Stay away from that. That's our take on it, that's for sure. Pretty boring, I would say, but I think that's the answer to how to get on our feet again.
Are you saying that from the point of view, don't invest in new tankers, or are you pleading to investors not to put money into the industry in general?
I think we should, especially in the tanker side, I would say stay away from it. I can't speak for the bulker side, I can't speak for the containers, but when we talk about tankers, my message is definitely to stay away from it. Let the market balance, and we're trying to make the cycles a little bit longer that Peter talked about as well. We've seen these. We don't see the 7 years anymore. We see like 10-2 or something like that. So let's try and balance the market going forward here. So that's my take on the market right now.
Michael, are you in the Bulls or the Bears camp?
Well, I have yet to, as my opening remark, I have yet to meet that wise guy or wise girl who consistently gets the forecast and outlook right. So my guess is as good as yours, but you can look at some fundamentals, and you can look at, you need to have a position. And my position is, when it comes to product, I'm cautious optimistic, but not on the 1 year, but on the 2 year. So I don't see any major positive change on the product side this year, but moving towards 2020, I'm cautious optimistic. When it comes to crude, I'm cautious. But looking at the 1, 3, and 5 year TC outlook, the market sentiment, there's a clear expectation that all sectors, including crude and product, will improve, except the MR segment. So I'd like to explain that maybe later in the session why I have that position, but I'm not that positive overall for this year, 12 months ahead.
Right, Alan, we're halfway through our panel. If you have a quick look at your copy of Maritime CEO, and you look at the inside back page where we take a quick view of will freight rates for tankers be higher in 2018 than in 2017? 49% yes, 51% no. So almost equally 50-50 on the basis of the readership of this great magazine. It means our final two people are going to be optimists. Over to you, Alan.
Well, thank you for stealing my thunder. We're ship owners, and I think as ship owners you end up having to be eternal optimists to a degree. And certainly we feel across various different sectors there are definite pockets that you should be optimistic about. I think it's quite difficult to say should you invest in a specific sector at the moment. The fundamentals can dictate demand and supply, order book, etc. what looks more balanced and what doesn't. But a lot of it comes down to how are the ships run, are they efficiently run, are you running things in the right way? Obviously, you can't beat the market necessarily more than on percentages, but we do. I mean, we play in some niches. We run chemical tankers, gas carriers, and we are seeing definitely springs of hope in the 1920 stainless steel chemical tanker market. Those rates are up. We think that will improve. I think that the product story looks quite strong. Again, I'd probably give it longer than a 1 year horizon. And I think the VLCC market is also going to improve, but that's only because it's as low as it is today. We're looking at values going forward. I think if you look at is it the right time to start investing across these different spaces? Certainly things look cheap. I mean, I would agree in terms of not getting into new builds at this point in time, regardless of how attractive it looks. I don't think that helps anyone. But in the second-hand market, there are definitely some opportunities that do look quite compelling.